What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ivan Martinez, and today we're going through a Ministry of Supply review. Now, the reason why I'm actually here is because I'm actually outside of my tailor's shop because the pants are actually supposed to be hemmed up, so they don't come hemmed up already. You have to hem them, so you have to get them tailored. And then also the shirt was a little big on me, and I can only show you guys like how it looks like here when I step inside. So let's go ahead and jump in. Yeah, everybody goes fast. So get the pants hemmed here. They're just too long, so yeah, I just want to do ankle there. Kind of like right on top of the shoes. These are probably like the highest shoes that I have. And then I was thinking of getting the shirt tailored, but I feel like it's actually good. Yeah, so I actually didn't leave the shirt. After a second, I was just like, I feel like I can pull off the shirt. I don't need any tailoring to it. My tailor was also going on vacation, so doing any kind of alterations on the shirt was going to be a little bit more difficult. So I just started to hem up the pants, which is actually a better choice just because the pants are the ones that look a little bit more ill-fitted, as you saw in the video as well. So now let's go ahead and head to the studio. Alright guys, so we are coming back from the tailor. Just got the pants back. And I gotta say that Jeff, as always, does a killer job. I want to say thank you over to Ministry of Supply for sponsoring this video as well. But jumping into the video, what we're going to talk about today is basically some pros and cons of Ministry of Supply. I'm going to give you guys some background on the brand. I'll give you some pros and cons of the things to look out for on the brand as well. So let's go ahead and get started with the background. Alright guys, so Ministry of Supply is a little bit different than most other like clothing brands. This one was actually kind of developed and created in MIT by a few guys, basically saying that like they wanted to go ahead and up the way that clothing was made, kind of make it more breathable, kind of just making it more scientific. They actually got into like the works of how clothing is supposed to work. They went in with like all the scientific things, like how the body moves, how like, you know, how it sweats, anything like that. And they developed a piece of clothing basically around that whole emphasis. So I do love kind of like the background of it. I do like that they put a lot of emphasis on the scientific portion of it, because I feel that brands nowadays just kind of put stuff out, not thinking about kind of like the functionality or anything like that. So although it costs a little bit more for these articles of clothing, they're definitely worth it. So getting into the pieces that I actually have, I got a shirt here, and then I also got a pair of pants. Now the shirt is going to run about $120. The pants are going to be about $145. Now again, because they have a lot of background in these things, and then they have a lot of emphasis on the scientific portion, and because like all the pieces and materials that go into these things, it is a little bit more spendy, but I actually think that it's actually very worth it for the price. And I'll kind of tell you guys a little bit more about that when we get into like the pros and cons, but just know that it is a little bit more on the expensive side as far as clothing. So before getting into the pros and cons, guys, I just want to remind you guys to follow me on Instagram. Myself and be right here. Now I go ahead and post daily content, my looks, lifestyle stuff. I also give you guys insights on what's coming up next for these videos, just like I did before. Basically going to shoot something for Ministry of Supply, and that's exactly what we're doing. So make sure you guys check me out. So Ministry of Supply does sell a variety of clothing for men, and they also sell women's clothing. They do have men's suits, they have shirts, they have polos, I think they have t-shirts, they have chinos. So they basically have everything for the professional guy, basically again for the guy that's running from office to office doing stuff, you know, basically for the guy of today. That's what it's generated for. So again, this clothing is very much made to move. Let's go ahead and start off with the cons. I'd like to start off with the cons first and give you guys the good news later. So with the cons, if you are looking for something that's going to fit you right off the bat as far as pants go, it is going to be hard because they do actually have their pants come unhemmed, which basically means that you have to go to a tailor to get them hemmed for the length that you would like the pants to be. So as you see before, I had to go to a tailor to actually get my stuff fitted in order for them to actually be adequate for my length, especially for my legs, because I have very short legs. So that's one of the cons that I saw with that, is that fact. But if you actually look on the website, they do reimburse you for the hemming, so they will give you back the money for the tailoring that you do. So make sure that you go ahead and check out the website to make sure that you get your money back for that tailoring. Another con was the actual shirt. I wasn't a huge fan of the shirt because of the fit. Now, I can't say that it's the fit for like everything all around or for you in particular, just because you might be a different body shape than I am, but I am a shorter guy. I'm like 5'8", so the sleeves were a little bit too long. They are fine like if I just like stretch my arms and stuff, but you can see that there's like bagginess in here. There's a little bit too much bagginess on the arms here, and it's just because, again, I have shorter arms, and then also here in the torso I had a little bit more excess than usual, and again, it's just because of my height and all that other stuff. But I think overall the shirt does fit pretty good. I had the jacket on and you couldn't even tell these things, so again, it could be just the height, everything like that, but that's also one of the things that I knocked on just because of that. So those were the only cons that I had for both the shirt and the pants. Not many, but let's go ahead and move into the pros. So one of the biggest pros, just like everything else that I mentioned before, is the fact that this stuff will move with you. It is very stretchy, very stretchy, so I really much like that because I'm always running around too. So just like anything else, I also have a baby, so basically I do need to have stuff that actually stretches. One of the other things that I really liked about the brand is the fact that there's like no ironing needed for the article pieces, so they aren't going to wrinkle, which is actually really good too. If you're like me, you're not the biggest fan of ironing, and then in the morning you do need to like get up and get going, this is going to be the brand for you. Just basically going to not have to spend all that time ironing and just kind of getting yourself together. All of their articles look really good, so that's also one of the pros that I had. And talking about ironing, definitely go ahead and see a video that I actually did. I'll have a card up here, and basically just how to set up your outfit, basically my outfit routine, and then you guys can definitely take some tips from me to make sure that you look good every single day and your outfit is on point. Another pro is the fact that this clothing is very breathable. So for you guys that are living in southern states, basically have a little bit higher temperatures all year round, this is very good for you guys. Basically won't get as hot, especially wearing like a suit and a shirt and a tie. It can get really hot really quick, especially linen. You still get hot. So with these clothings, and especially with their clothing in general, you could definitely go ahead and get some breathable stuff, especially with the suits that they have. I know that these chinos are very good for that, and then the shirt as well. If you guys want to go ahead and take a look at these things, I will have them linked down below, so you guys can go ahead and check out these articles in specific. So there you have it, guys. Pros and cons, a little bit of history, and a little bit of kind of like the process of what you have to go through for Ministry of Supply. I do want to say that all in all, the clothes is really good, very breathable, you know, non-iron, stuff like that. So I do recommend it for any guys, especially for you guys that like basically gym junkies and are looking to dress a little bit more dapper. This is really good clothing for you. But I do want to again thank Ministry of Supply for sponsoring this video. I want to thank all of you guys for your time as always. We are getting up there as far as our subscribing, so definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button, join the family, and hit the bell button to receive notifications every time we post a new video. And as always, style up.